Good morning. You guys ready for something a little different today? It's quite chilly. You can see we've had a little bit of rain this morning. It really hasn't amounted to anything. There is a slight chance we'll be in the fields this afternoon doing some harvest. It's sort of doubtful, but you never know. But I got another project we're going to work on today. You'll see. What do we have here? We got some trenching to do. Okay, we're loaded up, chained on, strapped down the bucket. It's a little bit much for this trailer, but it is not that heavy, so we're actually okay. And we're going 1.5 miles, so this is not a long trip. Okay, today's objective: dig a trench to get out of that box, down over to that corner. Straight shot. And we're gonna hit it. We're gonna cross through here, which is my don't drive through their zone, but I've been assured that it will be okay. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it as straight as possible and relatively deep, 3-4 feet deep, and then we're gonna bury conduit. We got to be very careful right where we're digging here. Obviously, we've already got some stuff here. The line on that side goes to my barn over to that corner, so I know where that one goes. The other one coming down out of the meter panel goes into this transformer. The transformer goes out to the electric pole by the road. I know exactly where that one goes because I buried it. So as long as we stay off to this side here, we'll be okay. There's a 18-inch bucket on this little mini excavator. We're going to use this just in the end point here, the connection area. And then I got a little 12-incher we're going to put on to make the actual trench. But there's a lot of pea stone and stuff in here we got to get out of the way. And I figured a bigger hole to make the transition would be a good thing. Well, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? So I was digging just fine there, and the trench was nice and empty and smooth and perfect, and then all of a sudden, poof, it popped full of water. So this transformer is filled in with pea gravel, the whole thing, and I think that I got close enough to the pea gravel from that corner of the transformer that it is full of water, and it burst into my trench. So I think we're gonna have to pump that out. Water. We're getting it pumped out. It's going to be all right. I'm debating on exactly how deep that I need to go. It's an electric line, not a water line, so I don't have to get it below the frost line. I'm about 30 inches deep, though, now. So I've got 3-foot sweeps, the 90s, that are going to, we're going to use to come up into the box there. And I'm trying to decide if the ones that I have sticking out of the ground down here, if this is the bottom of the sweep. I think it is, probably. In which case, I'm probably about deep enough. I just need to be 3 feet below right there to keep them the same as the other ones. But I got to get this water out of here. Obviously, we got some hand shoveling to do over here. The goal is to come straight down out of this box, down, and then go that way. So I'll let this water drain for a minute. I don't want to get too far ahead, just so I can get back to it if I need to go deeper. I got a bunch of stuff in the back of my truck I'm going to get unloaded into the barn here. Well, you can see where the water's flowing into here. We got some pea stone that washed in. Hey. Water. It shouldn't be bad once we get out of here. There's actually going to be a tile line that we're going to cut off. We'll deal with that when we get there. So that should keep the higher ground drained. I think it's just that we have all this pea gravel here from what I had done before that's holding water. I'm gonna need to go get my phone mount so I can record this and show you guys, because it's definitely a two-hand job. Anyway, we are crossing the driveway, or getting ready to. I pushed a bunch of the stone over there with the blade out of the way. And now we're trying to dig through this stuff, and it is quite compacted and hard, as you would expect a driveway that's had semi-truck after semi-truck drive over it would be. You can see we're still getting a little bit of water down there in the far end of the trench, but it's not too bad. Once I got it pumped out, it dried up pretty good, so we're just going to dig for a while. Found one! check our job here. Got a couple of water pockets where I'm not getting it super level. Got a little bit of a deep spot there, but that'll be okay. How deep are we is the question. 3 foot, maybe a little more. Plenty deep. We can start working up a little bit. Right back here is that tile. So we'll have to get a shovel and dig out around there on both sides. We'll get a scrap piece of tile, a couple of couplers, fix those after we get the conduit laid. I did leave the 18-inch bucket on. I'm gonna leave it on for this whole trench. One, it's smooth, so I can make a nice smooth bottom. The 12-incher here has got teeth on it, which is okay. It's just, it won't be as smooth. And that trench, I have to be able to get down in it and glue the conduit joints together. The other 2 trenches that we're gonna dig today, maybe, those ones were just laying out a roll. One's for water line, one's for gas line, so we don't have to make any connections really in the trench, and don't need to be as much room. You guys want to know what the quickest way to find something you've lost is? Buy a new one. I think I told you in the last video that I had lost my GoPro. Haven't seen it for a couple of months, and I looked for it pretty closely the last week or so. A couple of times, went through all of our equipment, sprayer stuff, places. I'm like, I used it here. Where in the heck did this thing go? Could not find it. So finally I ordered a new one. 2 hours later, not even joking, 2 hours later, look what I found. My GoPro. So we're gonna use that and do a little filming here. I found another tile. I don't see it though. I never saw any plastic. I wonder what. I wonder if there's an old clay tile in there. I didn't see any clay either, but water came spewing all of a sudden. And there's nothing going through the other side. That's interesting. I don't know what that is from. We'll have to dig into this one a little further. It's not a plastic tile. Could be a really old clay that's been abandoned. But anyway, it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna go eat. We're making progress. I am clearly not as good of a excavator operator as the guys that dug my basement. And it's not super level. But we're doing okay. We'll get some pea gravel and bed stuff in so that the pipe lays flat. Well, I am making progress again after lunch here. We're really deep right here, but it's because we're kind of getting up on the spoils from where they dug the basement. I don't know that the ground level is going to stay this high right here, so if I take a foot or two of dirt off of this, well, I'm going to want it, my electric line to still be buried, so digging a little deep. I'm getting awfully close to having to spin around and dig from the other direction. All right, we're making progress here. So I switched and started digging on the house side. Right there's where we're going in. So I was digging out around the foundation. There's a lot of that pea gravel we used for backfill in there, and you can see our drain pipe that's going to be for the downspouts. I did the best I could to dig it out. It kind of kept collapsing in. We'll have to shovel some of that stone out of the way, but we're getting a good trench. Now we just have to connect them. All right, that dirt up there by the house where they packed it in with the dozer when they were digging the basement foundation is very hard, and I don't have a to bite a little better, and it's narrower, so I have more power to pull it. Pretty simple, just pull that pin, move it around a little bit. Well, I haven't figured out how I'm going to get off of this trench I'm sitting on, but I'm about to break through. When I get the chance. All right, well, I've got a little bit of a mound right there, but our trench is connected. Ugh. I believe we are plenty deep all the way through, except for maybe right here. I might want to see if I can't get just a little bit of that, or you just use a shovel and shovel a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna have to get our pipe in and bury it before we can move that, I think. That worked really well, though. I had to get some tools. There's a combine and a grain cart. They got them home from the field. I don't think we're going to do anything today. I don't think so. Okay, I'm laying conduit. We've got our big sweep in there. It's a 3-foot radius sweep, so it's the big wide one. And I started laying some conduit. Got a couple pieces glued together. And I know, we're just gonna address this right now. I know it's the wrong color. I get it, it's white. Do you know what the difference between white and gray PVC is? Because I do. There are 3 things that are different. Number 1, the gray stuff has bell ends. So this end is flared out, so it fits right over the next piece, so you don't need couplers. I've got couplers. Number 2, UV resistance. The gray stuff is resistant to UV light and won't break down and get brittle over time. The white stuff is not. Number 3, the price. The white stuff cost me like 23 bucks a stick, something like that. The gray stuff cost me 65. I don't care if it's white. It's buried. It'll never see the light of day again after today. It will be just fine, and nobody will know the difference. It'll be our little secret. Okay, capiche? Let's not tell anybody. It'll be our secret. Technically, the white stuff is for plumbing. The gray stuff is for electrical. But it doesn't matter in this case, and I saved myself well over $500. So, yeah. Anyway, I need a level. I need to get that end piece as straight and in the right spot as possible. So I'm gonna run down to the farm and get a level and the backhoe with a bucket of pea gravel so we can bed that in and keep it in the right spot once I get it in the right spot. This would have been so much faster digging. But it would be a big wide trench and not as pretty. Not that that matters really. I'm getting it glued. It's a muddy mess down here though. Ugh. We're quite downhill from where we were up at the house there, which, I mean, I knew it was. And I tried to bury it a little deeper up there and just keep everything where it needs to be, but we're moving down fast. I didn't do a great job of getting my bottom nice and level and even so that the water all runs to one end, so it's kind of pocketing, but it'll be fine. I did underestimate how much glue I was going to need though. So we're going to go again. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got 90 feet in, 9 sticks. We got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, probably 15 or 16 total here, I would say. I need some more glue, which we have at the farm, and saw to cut the last piece. The boys came for a ride. Grandpa built him a seat. You can see it, they're sitting on it. Grandpa built him a seat. It's really nice. Okay, we're making progress. It's a little slow, but we're making it. We got the pipe laid all the way to the piece I got to cut to make the transition to the 90, the sweep there. 14 pieces. So it's in. I am missing one piece to connect to my box. So I'm a little concerned about this pipe settling and stuff coming apart over time, which maybe I shouldn't be, maybe I should be, I don't know. I wasn't when I did these other two, and I've noticed that they've moved just a little bit. I thought, yeah, that one has moved a little bit, but they make a expansion sleeve that's fits in there, and it's got a couple of O-rings, and it can slide and get bigger. So I want to get one of those to put in here. They sell them at Menards, except for, did you know that some Menards carry 3-inch fittings, conduit, and some Menards carry 2.5-inch, but not both. So the one to the south of me has the 3-inch stuff. The one to the west of me has the 2.5. I need the 3-inch. I went to the store with the 2.5 last time, so because I needed the stuff that's in this bag right here. This piece. And the reason we're doing anything in 2.5 is because the box only has a 2.5-inch hole. There's not room for me to cut it out to make it 3-inch because it won't fit under the cover. So we got to come out of the box with a piece of 2.5 and then transition to 3-inch right away. So I went to get this piece. I still need a reducing bushing too, because apparently they don't have those. So I would kind of like to just make the transition, tape the end off, and then I can put that piece in later. I don't really want to leave an open trench with 2 inches plus of rain coming over the next 2 days, because then my condo will be full of water, and that's a bad thing. So I'm close here. We just need this to sit straight up where it needs to go to get into the hole on the bottom of the box there, and then we need to cut a piece to fit the gap, which I can do. However, I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit. We're gonna go fix our tile. Yeah, we're gonna fix the tile that we cut so we can get this backfilled and fill in as much of it as we can right now. Okay, there's that one. I'll dump some pea stone in there and we'll make sure we get it on grade right. You don't want to sag in the middle, otherwise the water won't flow. Remember that one that I thought I found, but I couldn't find a piece of tile? I dug it out a little bit. The reason you can't see it and I couldn't find it is because it's not red clay or white plastic. It's concrete. That is an old concrete tile. And that's the first one I've ever dug up and found. Dad said he's seen them before, but pretty rare. It's actually in halfway decent shape. It's not plugged full. Yeah, there's a little mud in there. I asked Dad how old does he think it is. There's some roots. It's plugged a little farther back there. Probably where it got cut. Anyway, I asked Dad how old he thought it was. He said probably from the 40s or the 50s. And that would have been hand dug most likely. And yeah, it laid in pieces by hand. That's an old one. It has been abandoned when we pattern tiled this field, when this was a field about 8-10 years ago. We went every 30 foot and anything that was here got cut, so I'm not fixing it. All right, there's the second one. I had to dig way back in there to get to a spot where it wasn't damaged. That tile kind of folded when I ripped through it. So all right, we got it. We need to clean some stuff up so I can get in here with the backhoe. We're gonna fill the whole driveway portion in with pea stone so it doesn't settle, and then we'll bury that tile down there with pea stone and backfill up to the edge of the driveway here. Backfilling. All right, I am losing daylight very rapidly, but I got the trench pushed in. I got a little bit to do on the far side there yet, and we got a little stone we need to add into the driveway here yet, but I pushed back in what I could. Obviously that dirt's got to go away, and then we'll fill this in after we make this. I stuck that sweep in there. It's not glued. I just put it in there. I'm gonna get a cup or something to cap that so it doesn't get water in it. Over the next couple of days, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other end, clean up the stuff that can't stay out here, and I guess we're done for the night because I'm just running out of sunlight and I did not get my other trenches dug. Dang it. There, we've got a passable driveway. I got the dirt moved out of there and I even put a couple bucket loads of stone in and got it graded off. It's gonna settle a little bit and we've got more to do obviously, but it's better than it was. So, all right, I gotta tape the ends of that pipe up and then I think I'm good for the night. Okay, well, it got dark quick there. I got the boys. You can't see them. Wait a minute. Hold on. I can do this. Maybe. Nope. This one? Nope. This one? Nope. I don't know how to do it. There's a way to turn that light on up here. I'm sure there is, but I can't figure it out. Anyway, we're going home. Yeah, there you go. There was a lot of guys out combining today. We probably could have, maybe should have been, but it's not dry. We would have made a mess. I think a lot of guys are looking at what's coming tomorrow and just trying to get everything they could done. But we pushed it pretty hard in September, early, and so we're not setting terrible right now. We've got a lot of stuff done. I'm not saying we're in great shape because it's going to rain and we got crops in the field and beans in the field, but we've got more done than a lot of people do, so I don't feel too bad about where we're at. We'll see what happens here. Thanks for watching today. I did not make it as far as I thought I was going to with burying stuff there, but we got the electric line almost in. I might run and get the last part or two that I need tomorrow. We'll see if we can't make that connection to the box, and then they can have the electrician come out. They're going to tie it into the stuff in the house and pull the wires, and we can have electricity in our house, which would be good. So we do got to get a gas line buried and a water line there too. We'll get to it when we get to it, I guess. It's going to get wet now. So anyway, thanks for watching today. We'll see you probably Monday. I don't know. We'll see.